Hi, this is Aman. It's pleasure to back here again and record this kind of video. Today I feel very good about that. Finally, after struggling about 10 days, now I came here and I can speak freely whatever I must speak in order to practice English. Well, for last 10 days wasn't good for me. The reason I do not know exactly and how it started. Well, whatever I have observed right now, I can tell you one thing that is very, very common in all this pattern going through ups and downs. Because when I started my preparation for the specific exam, I don't want to mention here that exam, but when I started, I almost maintain a very good consistency throughout 2 months, January and the February. Then it started somehow shaking my preparation. Somehow it got disbalanced. Then again after 10 days, I balanced it and whole March went very good, except 10 days. And then when I entered in April, then the same down thing, the same ups and downs continue. I was going through in a situation where I was not able to control what I'm doing. I was not able to recognize whether I'm doing it is certainly helping me to achieve that goal or to crack that exam. I would say I was doing many things randomly without knowing where it will take to me. And honestly, I was unconscious about what I was doing right now. Then, and when I sit last day, and I was trying to find answer why 10 days weren't good for me. When I try to find reason why it was not as good as it must be, then I found many things, of course. But one of the reason that I found is how it led to this down. Well, when I was doing more hard work in March, and at one day I realized that because I have done good for the last 20 days, now it's a time for me to take one day rest. And I took that rest, and that rest led to me another day. My consistency fallen suddenly, and after 2 or 3 days, I completely ignored my classes. I completely quit my study and start watching web series, IPL matches, and all the other stuff that are available for us to entertain us. In the name of entertainment, I was killing my dream. And I'm not sure how many of you face this problem when you are working so hard, and at one point you start thinking, now because I had worked so hard, now it's for me to take one day break so that I can keep momentum. How many of you feel this kind of moment when you are thinking, because you are doing good at past, now it's time for you to take rest? And that exactly where I emphasize the most. The reason is quite very simple, because where it started it going down day by day was just one thought that came in my mind at that day. And that thought was, now it's time for me to take one day rest. And it was very logical. And that led to me 10 days downs in a row. And as a student, it is very hard to come back after 10 days without studying. And it suddenly it feels like you started again start you started again studying as you started in Jan. And this is most horrible thing that any student can face, because when students start for one specific exam or any kind of achievement, specifically educational qualifications or any competitive exam, they are starting very enthusiasm, they were very good, they were very enthusiastic to do that, and they almost complete half their journey with that same enthusiasm. Then again, after doing too much hard work, they suddenly start feeling now it's time for me to take 1 day rest. And that day, that rest breaks everything that you did in past, that you are going to do in future, almost everything destroyed that one moment. When I was trying to think about the solution about this topic, I was not able to find any answer to tackle this situation. How can I tackle this? And if I talk about honestly, there is no such solution like for this kind of solution. How can you think about that? But I do believe there is one solution. I would not say solution, but remedy, that this thought will not come again back when you are in peak at your studies. The simple formula or the trick that I think can be used to divert this attention from taking 1 day break to efficient day. That simple thing is manipulating the mind, because mind can be manipulated in a very easily, and it is very easily to manipulate our mind. And that's, I think, we can work on it. The simple message: when you are doing too much hard work, you are in at your peak. And whenever you feel this kind of problem, that now it is mandatory for us to take 1 day break, whenever you counter this thought, please make sure at that moment don't take any decision, neither for taking 1 day rest nor continuing study. Just close all the study material. Please sit for 1 hour without doing anything. Don't watch reel or something like that, okay? Because if you start watching reel for 1.5 hour later, your you start feeling now today I already had spent 1.5 hour on Instagram. Now it's for me to go to take 1 day break. You must not do. You just simply sit or go with your friends, talk to someone whom you feel very good. It is your girlfriend or any person can be with that person for at least 1 hour. Not, it may not be possible with physical, but talk to them, talk random things, don't talk about study. After some day, after 1 hour, you study on table. Don't think about you are taking risk, you are taking break or not. Don't think, just sit, pick up pen and paper, just start writing whatever you are thinking. Write about 30 minutes. I believe you cannot write more than 30 minutes on such kind of problem. When you start writing on that, and I do believe after writing all those things that you think is must encounter, after sometimes I do believe that you feel really good. I've applied this before, it works but not completely, of course. It cannot, it is a art, so it has to be practiced every day. Whenever that thought came in your mind, I do believe it will help you to mitigate the risk of taking 1 day break, because the thought came into your mind that you must need that 1 day break. We have to tackle on this thought, neither by doing, or I think it is best equity. If you will follow, please follow it. If I do believe if you follow it about 2 or 3 times whenever you encounter this kind of thought, that I do believe you will see significant improvement. So thank you. Please, if you find this video very good, then please make sure do comment and like. So thank you.